So what's cool about this is it wouldn't matter if I was setting up with a driver or a 7-iron. You're always going to put the ball right off that power position, which is right off that left hip. So I'm going to position it right out here. Okay, then as I position my left foot out here in front, because it's a driver, I'm going to drop it further back. Okay, so now I've got my setup in the right spot, come up into position. What you'll notice when I hit is I always hover the driver because the ball is in the air. If I put the club on the ground, at some point I'm going to have to manipulate my swing, kind of raise up out of posture. So if any of your buddies have said to you, well, it looks like you're standing up, it looks like you're pulling out of the shot, well, it could be very simple, your ball position is wrong. If you're positioning the club on the ground, at some point, yeah, you're going to have to change it to hit the ball. So what I do when I come in, it's like I'm in a bunker. I just treat it as I'm hovering the club and I'm not going to let it touch the ground. If the ball's not on the ground, my club shouldn't be on the ground either. T-ball, right? It wouldn't make any sense to play T-ball and put your bat down here at the base of the tee. You would hover it right up here behind the ball. So as I take my setup, get myself ready to go, I'm working on the exact same stuff, right? Very straight shot, maybe a baby fade, but there's no guiding or manipulating. So I'm about 5'7", and my whole life I've always been a long ball hitter just because I'm very athletic and I can coordinate that motion, right? So as I create club head speed, which right now is about 118 miles an hour when I checked it on TrackMan last, right? I think probably right this second it's more like 112 or 114, something like that. So here's what it looks like. Right? So I got a little bit of a high fade on that. I can tell you through impact what happened was the club face went too far down the line, my hands ahead. So you would think, okay, well, you have to do something with your hands. Well, that wasn't what caused it. What caused it was my legs slid forward, took my hands with them, and left the face open. So this is something that I'm working on in my own swing. If I take that left hip and I pivot it out of the way, that's what's going to square up the club. So I'm actually going to hit the ball straighter by working on better leg action, not by better hand action. Because if there's anything that's inconsistent in anybody's game, is their ability to manipulate the club face at 114 miles an hour. Right, so the straightest hitters of the ball right now, like a Zach Johnson, Steve Stricker, somebody who goes back, you'll see their position right here at the top of the swing. They're not hinging and cocking the wrist, right? Those that have a lot of wrist action, Ricky Fowler, for example. When Ricky Fowler came out with the long hair and the flat bill, he was self-made, so he would go here and he would drop it under, create a lot of speed and release it. But he wasn't able to keep it consistently straight, so he went to Butch Harmon, and Butch created more stability, helped coach him into being more stable at the top. Well, if Ricky just took out club head speed, he's going to have to put it back in somewhere to keep up with these guys. So when you take out club head speed out of your hands, you have to figure out how to use your legs and your rotation better, right? So accuracy and distance comes from just better coordination of your whole body, not just what you do with your hands. So as I set up to it here, I'm going to go back on this one, and now on this one, I'm actually going to turn my hips, kind of keep my head back just a little bit, and that'll help to straighten it up. Right, so I overfixed it. Now I've got a little bit of a pull, right? But that's how you do it, not with trying to figure out how to manipulate it with your hands.